my name is Tanishka, and I'll be conducting this particular session with you for today. Right, and I'm connecting with you from New Delhi. Um,
Okay, from
right,
Delhi.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, all right. So before we proceed, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself, like where
Uh,
you're from and what are you doing these days? Very basics.
yeah, my name is Bhuwan, and basically I am from Uttarakhand, but I have been living Delhi for the last 3 to 4 months, and currently I'm working
Right.
here. And yeah, and currently I'm
Oh, so
working
you're
here.
here for work.
Right
Right.
here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. It must be a bad environment for you in Delhi because Uttarakhand has really clear air and Delhi has really polluted air. So it's very difficult to manage, isn't it?
Right, right. Yeah, it is very difficult in terms of living as well. Yeah, because here in Uttarakhand temperature is quite cool, but in
Yeah.
Delhi, in March we are facing very warm temperature here. Yeah, and air quality is very poor because we all know Delhi is one of the polluted city, not in India, I think all over the world.
True. All over the world, it's one of the most polluted cities. Yes.
Yeah.
So sadly. And
Mm.
yeah, I mean, you have been here for 3 4 months. I should give you a heads up. Right now, the temperature is 35. It goes up till 48 degrees in June and July. So just be prepared. And if you get a chance, go back to Uttarakhand. I swear, the weather is much better.
Right, right. Yeah, we are like I'm hoping like if our company provides us work from home, so that time
Um,
so then I can go my hometown again. Otherwise, I have to survive here.
I'll have to stay.
Yeah, anyhow.
Oh, that's very sad.
Mm.
Because, I mean, now after Corona, companies have sort of started to provide a little bit more work from home. So if you
Mhm.
get a chance, it's good for you. But I think it also depends on the kind of work you are doing. A lot of work is not possible to do from home, so you have to stay around your office.
Correct,
So
correct. Yeah,
that's there.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, it depends. It depends person to person, like what kind of person you are doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's it. All right. Okay. Right. So, okay. Do you like Delhi, by the way, in general, in terms of like other than the pollution
Hmm.
part?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like
Actually,
staying in Delhi?
right, right. Yeah. Actually, Delhi is the best place for like if you want to acquire any kind of skill. So Delhi is one of the best place
Hmm.
according to me. Like,
That is true.
yeah, if you want to upgrade yourself or you want to get something from Delhi, so here you have enough. Like because in Delhi there are enough coaching centers. Uh,
Yeah,
Whatever you want to learn, you can learn easily. So Delhi is
that's
best
true.
for yeah, Delhi is best for acquiring skills and upgrading yourself.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, there is a coaching center every 2 blocks away. So,
Right,
and for
right.
different skill sets. So, anything you want to learn, there is probably a coaching center for that in Delhi.
Yeah,
So,
right. Yeah,
that way, yes.
yeah. Like if you visit GTB Nagar, GTB Nagar is famous. Like
Yeah.
GTB Nagar, Mukherjee Nagar, it's famous for government's
Hmm.
coaching center. And if you will
Yeah.
visit Karol Bagh, so Karol Bagh is famous for UPSC. And if you
Hmm.
visit Lakshmi Nagar is famous for CA, I think, charter accounting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are different kind of places which are famous for a particular subject or a particular course.
That is true. I
Yeah.
mean, that way, yeah, Delhi has coaching centers for anything and everything.
Hmm.
And yeah, that way you can really work through things. Not just like the examination point of view, but people try to learn a lot of other skills that they can use in office and everything. Those kind of coaching centers, anything related to computers is also available. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
way, yes.
Yeah, computer also, and apart from that, languages as well. Like if you want to acquire any languages apart from English, so you can
Hmm.
get easily here. Like
Very easily. There are so many centers for foreign languages, especially
yeah,
the European languages.
right, right. Because like I know some of them. Like in Jorbag, uh, there is a French embassy
Yeah.
in Jorbag, I think, and in
Yeah.
C yeah, and in CP there is a center. There is a Spanish.
Spanish. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've learned from there. Yeah.
yeah, Espional, I think. Okay, you know
Yeah.
Spanish?
Yeah, I do. I do. Not entirely, but I have done half of my course from there already. So I'm still working on it.
Okay, actually, I was about to join that center, CP,
Hmm.
CP, but somehow I couldn't
That
join
is
this
that
time.
way.
But some,
You can join like that. They are now providing classes from home also. So if like going to CP and studying is an issue for you, that then you can opt for like studying from home also. They have
no, but
that syllabus.
mhm, mhm, mhm. But yeah, but I was thinking about physical classes instead of going through online
Yeah,
classes.
now they're open. Yeah.
Now, yeah, yeah, now they're open.
Yeah, actually, past 2 years they had been closed, so there were no physical classes taking place.
Hmm.
But now they have opened it up for physical classes. Not all levels, but most of the levels are available in physical mode now. So you can easily go there and learn.
Hmm. So right now, in which level are you?
I have completed B1. I'm
Okay,
left
you
with
have
B2 and C1.
okay A1, A2, B1, B2. So you have completed B1.
Yeah,
So right now you are in B2.
yeah. I have to start with B2. I'm not yet started. I'm still working on other things. I mean, it was just a side hobby for me, not my main thing. So I still have to learn it more from there
Okay.
on.
So right now, like you can understand, you can speak, or you can write.
Yeah,
And what's about communication? Can you communicate with someone in Spanish?
yeah, up to a certain extent I can. Not very well. I mean, if it's a
Hmm.
completely Spanish native speaker,
Hmm.
then they speak a little bit fast and they have a lisp that's sometimes difficult to understand, but
Hmm.
I can still interpret what they're trying to say and respond accordingly. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
that's the thing. You learn that by the like B1 level. B2 and C1 is obviously like further enhancement, but
Hmm.
by the time you're in B1, you can like interpret most of it and speak up to a certain limit. Yeah.
Okay, like for example, I have to work in MNC. So
Mhm.
basically, what kind of label they require? Like B1 is enough or
There are
B2 is it?
two ways.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, most of them are going to ask for C1.
C1.
Um, Yeah, because C1 is considered that now you know the language genuinely. And if you're like, and if you want to teach, then you can teach only after C2, completing C2. But for
Okay.
MNCs, up to C1 level is like sufficient. It's considered sufficient. But for that also, you have to go through the examination. So just
Mm-hmm.
learning it is not enough. You have to give the Delhi exam for it. Once
Delhi
you've
exam.
cleared that, then you
Mm-hmm.
can include it in your CV that you have done it. There's another way to do it also. Apart from Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
there is CL also, SIELE. That's another
Okay.
exam, but that has limited validity. Like it's valid up
Okay.
to I think 5 years or so, and after that you have to give it again. Like you have to
Again.
give the
Mm-hmm.
exam again, right? But that mostly happens when you have traveled abroad and you're working there, so they
Mm-hmm.
want you to give an exam. But if you're working within the same country, Delhi usually works everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So according to you, like according to your experience, like how long it will take to?
Takes up to 3 years.
Okay.
Up to 3 years, because especially if you're learning from Cervantes, then
Mm-hmm.
every like level is divided into further levels. So A1 has 2 levels, A2 has 3 levels, B1 also has 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
So then B2 and C1 have four levels each. So you have to go through that entire journey. So it takes somewhere like even if you're doing it continuously without giving any gap, it
Mm-hmm.
takes about 2.5 years to 3 years to complete the language.
Okay, 2.5 years.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the minimum time you need to give it, because otherwise you might end up learning it but you might not be very proficient in it, you might not be able to speak it very well. And plus the courses are long enough, each like for example A1 has two parts, A1.1, A1.2. So A1.1 is going to take about like if you're taking a regular course that's 5 days a week, it
Mm-hmm.
will take about 1 month to 2 months to end one level. So
Okay.
that way also the time is up to 2.5 years to 3 years minimum.
Mm-hmm. And I think they also provide weekend course.
Yeah, they also provide weekend courses. Weekend courses take longer because they're
Weekend.
only happening on Saturday and Sundays. So
Mm-hmm.
weekend courses are actually pretty much in demand and they are always like more preferred because a lot of people are doing it as a side hobby and not their main thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
So
there.
so are you very passionate about to learn Spanish, or there is some other reason you are learning Spanish?
I just started learning it because I was bored during the pandemic I had nothing to do. So I just started. I mean, I had a lot of work, but I was staying home all the time. So I had a lot of time on my hand to do something extra. So a couple of my friends know Spanish. I have a few people from Spain that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
So they all just started suggesting me that why don't you learn our language? And I was like, "Ah, okay, cool." So I started learning it from like that perspective. I'm not very serious. I'm still not very serious about it. But yeah, I'm just doing it because like when I get the time, I do it. When I don't have the time, I don't do it. So that's the thing.
Okay.
I'm not very passionate about it. I just did it as a hobby.
Mm-hmm. Because learning a
So
language, I think it is very difficult. If you are not passionate, you can't learn.
yeah, I would say up to a certain extent, yes. You require some bits of passion. I mean, even if I was studying, it was because I was interested in it.
Yeah,
So
right.
interest is required. Like until and
Mm-hmm.
unless you're interested in it, if you're only going there because it's important for your work life or it's important because your company is asking you to learn the language, then you might not feel like learning it. It
Right.
becomes easier to learn it when you are interested in it.
When you are interested, yeah. Otherwise, I think after 1 week or 2 week, we can quit easily.
Yeah, because I mean, you would be able to do the A1 level because it's very basic, but by the time you come into A2 and things start to get complicated, then it will be very boring for you because you are not interested in it. And it requires time. If you're learning it, I mean, the classes for each day are around 2.5 hours. So
2.5
the
hours.
classes are very long, straight 2.5 hours. So until and unless you're interested, you cannot sit in one room, in one place, and study for 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right,
there.
right. Actually, I have visited Cervantes 2 or 3 times, Cervantes,
Mhm.
but all the
Yeah.
time it was closed. Whenever I visit there, so all the time it was closed. So, so God said to me it was about to open on
Yeah,
21st Feb or 21st March.
that
I don't know what the exact date.
now it has opened actually
Now it has
because
opened.
earlier they were on and off basis because of the pandemic, but
Mm-hmm.
now they have completely opened it for anyone and everyone. So
Mm, right.
now if you visit, you can easily go there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, earlier it was
Okay.
entirely working online, which was very sad.
Online. So I think when you joined, so that time it was online. It will be online that time when you joined that
Yeah.
course. Uh-huh.
Mhm. So I did most of it online, but there were parts when it was open, so I was able to visit
Mm-hmm.
the main campus. So it's pretty nice over there. I have interacted with teachers, and I used to often visit the library
Mm-hmm.
over there because I had the library like card and everything. So you can visit the library when you want. So that was
Mm-hmm.
fun. But yeah, now they have physical classes where you can go and sit and learn. So that's there.
Mm-hmm. Mm,
So
I think
now it's
learn.
fun.
Mm-hmm. And I think learning a new language is a very good skill if you have such kind of skill. So I think you can differentiate, y- like you can differentiate yourself from others. I think.
I mean, yeah, learning any language, one, it is fun. Secondly, it becomes like an extra skill in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's good. It provides you job opportunities to a certain extent. If you want to go work in Europe and you know a European language, it can be very, very beneficial. Because if you are going down to such countries, English doesn't work there. You have to know their native language. So
Mm-hmm.
that way, yes, if you have a certain skill, it can be really helpful.
Mm-hmm. Right, right, yeah,
So that's that.
yeah, yeah.
Right. And how did you get interested in learning Spanish?
Uh, actually, one of my friends, she speaks Spanish. She speaks, sorry, not Spanish. She speaks French from
Hmm.
Jorbag. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So he suggested me to learn Spanish. So that's why I was interested to
Hmm. Yeah,
learn.
that's it. I mean, few languages nowadays have, like, I would say, a lot of demand.
Mm-hmm.
So, Spanish, Japanese, German, French, um, Italian, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, French, Spanish, German, Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. These are few foreign languages that are very much in demand right now. So if you know any of these languages, it can be like beneficial to a certain extent.
Right, and I think Spanish language is very similar to English. So I thought
It
it,
is.
yeah. So I thought it will be easy to learn Spanish as compared to other languages.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have to learn how to write it because
Hmm.
the letters are exactly like English. and pronunciation is much like Hindi. So
Yeah,
it's
much like
very
Hindi.
easy to learn that way. It's easier than the French accent. French accent is very difficult to learn. French
Yeah.
accent or Italian accent. German is fine, but writing German can be a challenge. Learning how to write German is a little difficult. And then any Asian language is very difficult because you have to learn how to write it from scratch, like Japanese or Korean. You have to learn how to write it from the very basics. So that way. So if you want to learn a language that takes lesser time, then French or Spanish is the best.
Right, right.
So that way, yes. French is not that difficult either. French or Portuguese, I would say. Portuguese is just like Spanish and English, so
Okay.
Portuguese is also easy. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, these are few languages that take less time in comparison to other difficult languages. So that's there.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Right. We are talking in English about different languages. Very ironic.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Okay. Right. We did not discuss the topic for today, and I'm really sorry about that.
No, no, it is fine. It is completely fine. Actually, I didn't say the topic as well.
Oh, you haven't.
Yeah, I
Then it's
didn't say the
fine.
topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I usually end up talking about general things with people instead of the topic of the day because I get more interested in their life instead of the topic. So sometimes the entire session passes by like that.